All right, we're here at a home inspection for one of our clients. They're purchasing this home and there was some notes on the inspection report that they need to have both furnaces looked at, both air conditioners tuned up. There's a couple code violations we're gonna look into, so I'll kind of just take you around the basement and show you what we're gonna do. First things first, we got Alex here checking out this furnace, making sure the heat exchanger is all good. We use a scope camera inside the furnace to visually inspect the heat exchangers of the furnace. We make sure every chamber is sealed from the factory. If they get cracks or holes or separation in them, there's a chance they could leak combustible gases into the airstream. One of those combustible gases can produce carbon monoxide, so we want to make sure that all these furnaces are safe to operate. We're going to look into making sure all the gas is to code. It has a shutoff, it has a union, it has a drip tee on it. You can see this furnace has a lot of rust buildup in there. That's probably due to something with this air conditioner. So we're also going to check the air conditioning system. We're going to make sure it works properly. We're going to clean the outside units off, make sure they're not caked with debris, dander, pollen, all that stuff that's going to make the pressures in the AC rise. Up here on this flue tee, we're gonna make sure it's nice and sound. It doesn't have any pieces that are about to break off. It looks like it's pretty good, but I can tell that this pipe is not to code. That's not a galvanized steel metal, that's an aluminum right there. And it's also within 6 inches of this combustible material, the wood. So we're gonna have to put a small piece of metal over this, basically shielding the wood from the flue pipe. That way, if the flue pipe ever touches the wood or gets too close, it doesn't have a chance of burning the wood. So we're gonna look into any other code violations that may be here. He also has some humidifiers on the system, so once the heat gets going, we're gonna test those. We're just gonna give the system a once over, check all the concerns, and then there's also a note that it wants us to install expansion tank on the water heater. We're gonna replace this flue pipe, get an expansion tank on here, and then try to figure out what else we need to do. And then that's pretty much it for what we're gonna be doing here. But again, it's gonna take a little bit of time. We're gonna dive into the furnaces, see how they're operating, make sure they're safe, check everything with the air conditioning, make sure it's operating properly, and then correct any code violations. We'll work with the homeowner along the way to make sure that he knows what exactly is going on, and then he approves any additional repairs we may suggest, just because again, these units are older, so there might be things out of tolerance that we want to replace in order to keep them running longer. But that's kind of what we're doing here today.